Lucas suddenly heard the neighbor's dog let out a distressed howl. When he went to check, he found a creature feeding on it. Terrified, Lucas rushed back home in a panic, locked the door, and hid under his covers. Soon, he heard his neighbor Lily calling his name and begging to be let in. Mustering his courage, Lucas crept to the door and looked through the peephole. Lily was right there, visibly shaken and in tears. She pleaded with him to open up, saying something had broken into her place, her beloved dog was missing, and all she found were clumps of fur and bloodstains scattered on the floor. Just as Lucas was about to unlock the door, he remembered something. The creature had arms like a person's, but with unusually sharp, claw-like nails. He told Lily he needed to see her hands first, to be sure she wasn't that thing, before he could let her in. Upon hearing this, Lily's face twisted into a grotesque expression, and dark blood began streaming from her nose. Then, she started ferociously slamming her body against Lucas's door, trying to break it down. Suddenly, loud music blared from the apartment upstairs. Lily stopped her assault and headed toward the sound. The moment Lucas heard her footsteps fading, he bolted out of his own apartment. As he tried to head downstairs, he ran straight into Leo, who was coming down the steps. Before Lucas could even ask what was happening, he collapsed unconscious onto the floor. Meanwhile, Allison was practicing guitar in her room when she heard a knock. Peering through the peephole, she saw Lily, her downstairs neighbor, standing outside. But Lily's face was contorted, and she kept repeating, "I'm so hungry," in a monotone. Too scared to open the door, Allison could only watch as Lily began pounding on it with insane force. The metal door started buckling inward under the assault. Allison quickly grabbed a baseball bat from inside to defend herself. Then, the pounding stopped as abruptly as it started. It seemed Lily had left. Cautiously, Allison moved to check the peephole again. This time, she saw Leo standing outside. She immediately opened the door and told him everything. Investigating the hallway, Leo followed a trail of marks to a broken window at the far end. He guessed Lily might have gone through it. He then carried the unconscious Lucas into Allison's apartment, warning her firmly not to go outside under any circumstances. Meanwhile, Kyle, who was on his way to his night shift, found the apartment elevator was broken down. He had no choice but to take the stairs to the first floor. When he got there, he discovered the main lobby doors were chained and locked from the inside. A crowd was already trapped, and everyone's cell phones had lost all signal, making it impossible to call for help. Anxious about being late for work, Kyle grabbed a fire extinguisher and forced open the chain on the doors. However, a heavy security gate stood beyond them, impossible to open without a key. Just then, John, a resident for over 30 years, stepped forward. He opened a small control panel on the wall and found the manual override switch for the gate. As he flipped it, the security gate began to grind slowly upward, but Mary noticed something wrong. Standing outside was a creature over 8 feet tall. Kyle yelled for John to shut the gate, but it was too late. The creature surged inside. It lashed out with a long, retractable tongue, wrapping around one of the people in the lobby. Horrifically, it used its tongue to drain the person of all flesh and blood in mere seconds. As the monster turned toward Mary, Kyle aimed the fire extinguisher and sprayed a thick cloud of dry powder directly at it. The creature seemed to fear the powder, stumbling backward to avoid it. "Close the gate now, before more come," Kyle shouted at the stunned John.